Good morning. Happy Monday. I hope everyone is having a great morning so far. I am currently break even. I took 2 trades, a win and a loss. I actually should be up 1 trade. However, the first trade was like within the first, I think, minute or 2 of the market being open. And I went to click the hotkey to open up my alerts to make sure my reversal bar alerts were on. And because I had a 281, because I had a line highlighted at the time, it opened the alerts for me to like try to place an alert for that, and it made my chart freeze, so I couldn't get into the trade. So I missed that trade because of that. So it's all good. I actually woke up on time. I got enough sleep, I think. So it's kind of frustrating missing a trade for something like that. But it's all good. Got some decent movements, just not really any patterns that I'm looking for in particular. So I'm just being patient. Good morning, T Money. How are you this morning? Good morning. Good morning. We did start a new 50K this morning. 50K came back, one of the 2. The other one I won't start until next Monday. I did decide to just wait it out on the accidental PA that I have. I was thinking about taking like a trade or 2, maybe just like 1 trade a day, sometime after 9:30. Since the market is slow enough for me to not make any mistakes and stuff like that. But I decided, you know what, we'll just miss the payout period. It's all good. We'll just push for the 1st through the 5th of next month and go from there. The way I see it, I've been waiting this long. I could wait longer. So I did do some back testing. I think it was mainly Friday. I tried to finish everything Friday so I could have a free weekend. And the biggest thing was having to go through specific setups. Yeah, there were specific setups that I needed to pay most attention to. And so I went ahead and I did all of that. Let's see, that's too much going on. So I finished it, and There's probably like a couple of more things that I just need a little bit more data on, but I was able to take all of my rules that were pretty broad and based on backtesting data, make them more specific. So that was a good thing. Yeah. No need to rush quality trades over quantity. Exactly. For me, it was like, all right, well, I knew that I would finish most of what I needed this weekend. So it's like, all right, well, let's just go ahead and take one trade a day on it. Like, but only the trades where like, only specific ones, you know? But then I was like, what's another 2 weeks for potentially my first payout? Nothing. So I'll just wait. It's really no big deal. No big deal. No big deal at all. All right, that is now switched here. Okay. The price is reacting pretty well off of different levels, but sometimes that means that I'm not getting enough of a stall or pullback for me to be able to take certain trades, which can be kind of annoying. So we wait. Got a nice push off of the change zone. Only one of the levels changed, not both. So it looks like it's going to try to clear 1225 since that was a fake out. And it pushed off the VWAP and the overnight low. See if we can clear 1225 or see if we're going to push off of that pressure line and actually get below the zone that it attempted to break the first time. Where's oh. And I need to but yeah, we'll see what happens with these accounts this week. Still nothing. Let's see, so You done with the morning session already? You got clapped. Listen, Mondays can be hard, especially when there's no news driving anything. Mondays can suck sometimes. Not gonna lie. You know, I prefer all the days that have the high impact news. Do you have a like a daily loss limit that you give yourself, or like if I lose this many trades regardless of the P&L, how do you determine when you stop? Let me see how many. Oh yeah, I legit only have two question marks left on my cheat sheet. And it's really just because there's one setup that I really just, so far of all my data, there's only like 3 times that it's set up a win, a loss, and a break even. So yeah, and then the other one is like one of my alternate pullbacks to my major level. I still don't know how I want to trade that. If I want to trade that, I don't know. And really the divergence trades at my major levels are more popular than like regular pullbacks. So I might just do away with the regular pullbacks altogether. I don't know. I really don't know. So, but yeah, there were some rules that I had in place that I thought it had to go across all the divergence trades, and it really didn't. It was only one of the versions versus the 2. There was like probably at least, I'll tell you guys, from last week. So what I did was, I have a page in my journal, and I don't typically do this, but something told me to, because I realized there were so many little small things that I had to define. So I wrote down like all the lessons that I learned last week, or basically all the rule changes, via whether big or small, that I had to make last week. And there were like 16. Yeah. All small stuff. Like, I definitely did not expect that. But yeah, so that just lets me know that, yo, if you would have just finished the damn back test a long time ago, you wouldn't have had to deal with some of these ups and downs. But that's just the name of the game. It is what it is. So hopefully this week we can get some decent movement. The last like 2 weeks have not been as much, as many setups and stuff. But last week wasn't like horribly bad. Of course, the week before with Good Friday was. No matter what, my profit that week wouldn't have been very much. Well, compared to other weeks, let me say that. So I'm just really hoping that this week is the week. Daily loss limit, you're trading 350K, so your limit is around 1,500. Makes sense. Good morning, Husk. How are you? I definitely have you tapped right now. I don't really know how I feel about. Well, it didn't touch it though. I'm gonna take it. That was definitely a setup that I wanted to take, but it didn't matter. The push off the VWAP was so heavy, I would not have gotten filled. I'll show you guys. You look, it was this right here. My entry would have been here. Anytime it skips like this, I won't get filled. There has to be some kind of pullback like this. So anytime it's like that, there's, yeah, no entry. So no biggie, no biggie. All right, let me fix this. I got it back over here. All right, and we're pushing back towards the middle pivot level, so there's no trade here, no buy at least. But yeah, good morning, Rio. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Y'all, it's so weird because I actually went to sleep around the same time I always go to sleep every night. But lately, I haven't been sleeping with my eye mask. And this is going to sound so crazy, but I can get the same amount of sleep. Actually, I got less sleep last night than I typically do because I woke up super early, like 7 something. I don't know, it was 7 something, and I've been up ever since. And I didn't go to sleep till probably 2:15 maybe. But I can get the same amount of sleep or less sleep with my eye mask and be like have so much energy. But if I do not sleep with my eye mask, I can get 8 hours of sleep and I'm gonna still be tired. And I sleep with like a it's not a weighted eye mask because I used to have a weighted eye mask and I found that it dried my eyes out. I think because of so much pressure, even though it didn't seem very heavy. I mean, for eyeballs, maybe it was just too much. But I do have ones where like around the perimeter it's like a gel material, so it's still a little bit heavier, I guess, around the outside just to kind of keep it down. But I essentially sleep with my eyes partially open. Don't judge me. So when I don't have an eye mask on, I can hear things around me while I'm sleeping. And depending on how close the sound is, like I can be having a dream, right? And I will get out of that dream and be able to see around me. It's like my ears are my eyes. It's very weird. But funny story, it's how I used to be able to sleep during movie days at school and still pass a test if my teacher decided to give us some kind of like pop quiz to see if we were actually watching the movie. So I would always sit in the front of the class and I would turn my head to where, like, if my eyes are open, I can see the TV because I can still see and hear around me. It's very awkward. But that's why I try to sleep with an eye mask, because I just don't get any kind of quality sleep at all if I don't have it on. I remember one time, this was like so many years ago, we were at my grandma's house and I was sleeping. So the way her living room used to be set up, or her family room, there was like a one-seater, and then on each side there was a love seat and a couch, and then the TV was right in front of the one-seater. Good morning, Granny. And so I was sleeping with my eyes open and I was facing the TV, and I remember every single show that came on in the order that it came on while I was napping. And I remember one of the shows was Judge Mathis, and when I woke up, it had been gone off, and I was like, there was a girl that on there from St. Louis, and they were like, how did you know that you were asleep? I'm like, I could hear it while I was sleeping. It's very weird. Very weird, but I'm gonna try to stop falling asleep without my eye mask because I just get so tired sometimes, y'all. Like super tired. Especially watching these freaking markets. Because lately the markets have just been doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. 353. Let's see. Can't rotate like that. Nope, we got double bottom, double top combos. Yeah, I have a sixth sense. I actually used to, I don't know if you guys remember the one movie, Insidious, with the little boy who basically was astral projecting. I used to do that when I was younger. I'm glad I don't anymore because that's kind of scary. Like, legit, I would be sleeping and I could tell that it's like more than just a regular dream. And then I would have these times where, like, this is gonna sound so weird. Y'all gonna think I'm crazy. Basically, it's like when I come back, I'm trying to wake up, but I can't. Like, my mind is moving my body, but my body is not moving, kind of thing. And then it's like I'm hovering over like I can see myself laying there, kind of thing. And it used to freak me out when I was super, super young. But it doesn't, like, as I got older, it didn't freak me out as much, because it's like, well, I know I'm gonna get up. It's just I want to get up right now, but I can't because I have to wait until I return, kind of thing. It's very weird. But I probably stopped doing that like in my mid-20s. Maybe late 20s. Late 20s. Late 20s. Come on, market. What are we doing here? I don't understand. It's almost 9:30. So far today, there was only 4 setups. I missed the first one, which was a win. No. There was 5. I missed a setup that was a win. I missed the break even while my chart was still frozen from the win that I missed. Won one, lost one, and then we had the one, this one that just went to my take profit before I could get filled. I guess 5 is not that bad. Kind of sucks that I missed that stupid trade and it had nothing to do with me. Okay, finally pushing through, or attempting to. So I remember earlier we got stuck at this pivot level actually. Yeah, we had a rejection there, rejection there. I feel like we were trading here earlier too. Am I tripping? Oh, maybe that was it. I don't know. Get us back here. Wake up tired means I probably need more magnesium. Happens to me all the time. Wake up and you have to wiggle your toes. Baby, when I wake up, I'm up. I take supplements. I can also say that I haven't been taking my black seed oil recently either, but I know it's because of my eye mask. Because I legit can get like 4 hours of sleep with my eye mask and feel like I've gotten a full night of sleep. I'm wide awake, great energy and everything. But as soon as that eye mask is not on, it's over. It is over. We're kind of in this very weird spot. I'm trying to see what we're going to do here. I don't, for now at least, I'm still not really wanting to take trades at the pivot level at the moment. So I'm just kind of waiting. I mean, every time we've hit it thus far, it hasn't been a valid setup. I kind of took it away a couple of weeks ago, but now that my rules are refined, I'm wondering if I have to do that. I don't know. Because then technically that would be the only level that I can't trade at, and that doesn't really make sense because the middle pivot level is just as important as the middle VWAP level, and I could take trades at the middle VWAP level. So I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. 4, 5. Yeah, let's just see what happens. Oh, all right. Okay. All right. I thought I missed that sell, but I didn't. There almost was enough volume, but not quite. Not quite. That was some pretty decent divergence, but not what I was looking for. And I definitely decided that I will be breaking even at these rotation levels the same way I break even at this type of rotation level. You can see here, even though it was made from an outside bar, if this divergence was something that I got into, it literally came to this rotation level and reversed. So definitely going to treat it like the other one, which makes the most sense. I know why they paint differently, so it makes sense why they still act the same as far as how price reacts off of it. I'm gonna work out as soon as I'm off the charts. I worked out like once last week. I think it was a couple of times the week prior, and it looks like my back injury from September is, I wouldn't say fully healed. I'm gonna say like 95% healed, because I do still get a little bit of tightness back there, but it's not the sharp pains anymore. So whatever was going on is finally over and done with. And I bought this like workout bar type of thing that has resistance bands. You could put up to like 190 pounds on it. I bought that, and I think that that's going to help me to not get injured. Even though the first time I got injured, well, not the first, because I've had back problems literally my whole life because I was born with it just all out of whack. But I think that having the bar is going to be a lot better for me long term working out, since, you know, with free weights, it's so easy for you to not have the right posture, have the right positioning and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna work out today and probably like Thursday, maybe. I'm one of those people, I really only like working out twice a week. If I could do 2 like weight training days and then 2 or 3 cardio days, which my cardio days are not long at all. But if I could just do that, I'm fine. I am fine. Still just getting nothing. It's a lot of big move, and then the consolidation that I'm looking for is null and void. Let's see what other people see. I forget. Oh, he trades on a 1 minute as well. All right, let's see what happens here. We don't have much above right now except a VWAP at 352. There's the current open at 348, and there's literally nothing above that besides the session high. So let's see what we can do. There's a lot of space and opportunity up there. My goodness. $506, $515. Somebody got their son on this. Oh, nutty. All I heard was a kid coming out of my speakers. So like somebody must have their child on the stream. Wait, what did I say? 5:15, 5:06. All right. Got a rejection off of the VWAP. Are we just gonna push straight to the high? No pullback, no nothing? What are we doing here? The zigzag's not attached to the current bar, so even if it pushes up from here, I can't take the trade. All right, there we go. All right, and that's literally impossible. Hello. All right. Well, we got that one. And that trade almost invalidated itself. Almost. We got the one pullback that happened in that huge move. Squeeze like that. Good morning, Applejacks. You got to work out today too? Here's my problem. It's very hard for me to stay consistent because I see results so fast, which is like a good thing, but it's a bad thing because it affects my consistency. I still have a pretty high metabolism, even though I will go, like I legit have not been able to work out really since September, right? And I've actually lost a little bit of weight, of course, because part of it is me losing muscle mass. And it's so weird because, so I'm 5'10", right? When I graduated high school, I was probably like 100. I couldn't get past 125 pounds. By the time I got out of college, I still couldn't get past like 140 pounds. And then I had went on this spree of like, I was weightlifting quite often. And so of course I would gain weight from the muscle mass, and then I would lose weight because I like the way my body looks, and now I'm tired of working out, or I would get injured. I am very injury prone because basically my back, right? I was born with scoliosis, which I did not know until my later years, but from the top of my spine like bends to the right, and then when it comes back to the center, it twists in a spiral. So part of my lower back, like, is supposed to be facing my back, it faces my left hip. And I knew something was wrong because when I was like in my early 20s and I was weightlifting a lot, I would notice that in order for me to not be in pain to do squats, just regular squats, I had to shift my right foot forward. So like my left foot would be in the bend of my right foot, like as far as positioning goes, and that's how I would feel great doing squats. Well, I just told you my spine is twisted to the left, so I basically was untwisting my spine essentially. But I can say I got as high as like 189 pounds, which still is not much for somebody that's 5'10", but it was a lot for me. My knees were hurting, my back was hurting, and it's crazy because the only reason I even started gaining weight, number one, was because when COVID happened. Before COVID, I used to line dance once a week, and I would basically be dancing for like 3 hours straight. And I'm not talking about like cha-cha slide type stuff. I'm talking like there's line dances to so many R&B songs that people love and even some rap songs as well. And I did a lot of the more advanced ones. So, and that was my only workouts pretty much. I would do that cardio for 3 hours a week every Tuesday. And then I would do like a 10-minute hit workout maybe once or twice a week on top of that. That was it. And I was in the best shape of my life. And I was probably about 160 pounds at that point, right? So then when COVID happened, it wasn't just the fact that I couldn't work out like that anymore. It also was because I was working at an eating disorder facility, right? This is going to sound crazy, but they had me thinking I had an eating disorder because I wasn't eating as much as I saw them feeding these kids and some adults as well, because I worked on both units. It was like they were eating 3 meals and 3 snacks a day. So I'm thinking like, damn, do I have some kind of eating disorder? Because I don't eat that much. But eventually, after like a year and a half, I realized, wait a second, they're doing this because they're in a refeeding process. They need to eat this much. So as soon as I was eating healthy stuff. I'm not a junk eater like that. Like, I don't really eat a lot of sweets. I don't eat a lot of bread. The only carbs I really consume is like if I'm eating pasta or something, which I only do a couple times a month. And that's just because I've been so conscious about how my body feels after eating certain things. I'm not following any kind of specific diet or anything. I just do what my body tells me to do, kind of thing. But I've also been intermittent fasting for like 5 or 6 years. So it's probably what keeps my metabolism so high. But yeah, I'll work out 2-3 times a week for like a month, and I'm like, ooh, I like the way that looks. Bye bye. No workouts anymore for me. That's just how it is. And I work out from home. I cannot go to a gym. I don't care if I'm paying a trainer, I'm not gonna do it. I don't like leaving my house. I don't like driving. So even if it's down the street, I'm not gonna go. Like, I'm just not. I know myself. So I had to find like certain exercises that I like to do that are like highly efficient, where I can get results as fast as I want to, but I'm going to be consistent this time because I'm quite sure I'm not going to be as injury prone with the equipment that I have now versus using free weights. So we'll see. You're inching towards 30 and your metabolism seems to want to leave me. Well, ay. Well, did you play a lot of sports growing up? Because I think that helps me as well. I played sports since I was like 7. And yeah, I played basketball. I was a bowler as well, but basketball was like my primary sport. And even though I was never really good with like, when we did conditioning and stuff, baby, don't tell me to run 2 miles. I'm going to be the last one and I don't give a damn, but put them right on the line with me for some suicides or some sprints and I'm going to be first in line every single time. Okay. These legs ain't long for nothing. But I really think that my intermittent fasting is what keeps my metabolism high at this point, because I mean, especially during this process of developing my strategy and stuff, who has time to work out? By the time I journal and I start back testing and I go through data to look at this setup and I do this, do that, it's like 3 o'clock. Now it's time for me to break my fast. I don't really break my fast until between 2 and 4. So now it's time for me to break my fast. And by the time I do all of that, who you want me to go walking? Or I can't run. I cannot run. I got 2 screws in my right knee and I have a bad back. I actually was told when I was young, like after I stopped playing basketball, I played D2. I couldn't go D1 because I knew I was going to nursing school and it was going to be practically impossible. So I played D2 ball up until I think I quit in 2010, if I'm not mistaken. And like ever since then, I just would try to do little things. I just, like I said, I do what I know my body likes. And I feel like that's why I get the results that I'm looking for. I think a lot of people, because I know I have cousins who stay in the gym and their body looks no different than when they first started. Well, I wouldn't say no different, but it doesn't make sense why they don't have different results. But I think it's because they probably either have no guidance or they're not paying attention to what makes their body happy. And it probably doesn't I mean, you can't work out a bad diet, right? Or outwork out a bad diet. You can't get on a treadmill for 30 minutes and then go eat 2 bags of cookies. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. So that probably helps. I can't tell, like, the only like things that I eat that are like sugary, I guess you could say, is my mom gets these little candies. I might have like 2 in a day or something. You guys see all the time, all I drink is water. I probably have a soda like once a month. The tea I drink, I don't put honey or anything in there. There's no caffeine, no nothing. That's the other thing. I don't consume caffeine. I don't eat a lot of, I can't tell you the last time I put salt on anything. If I do, it's like pink Himalayan salt type of thing. So I keep my salt and sugar levels pretty low for the most part, because diet is everything. Did I watch the game last night? No. Trenches, good morning. You play basketball a bit in high school. I hated conditioning too. That's why I forced myself to run now. I wish that I could run, but my body just doesn't like it. It puts too much. First of all, I used to get stress fractures in my shins all the time. And when I tell you, that is the most painful thing ever. Ever. Oh my God. Ever. That probably was like more painful than my back and my knees. Just the stress fractures were terrible. But then also it does too much to my lower back. And so for me, it's like, honestly, if I knew at a young age how jacked up my back was, I would have never played sports. And that's one of the reasons. So I tore my ACL when I was 15. We were in a consolation game in a tournament in Chicago, a 5th place game. And my coach, all of my coaches have always just loved me. And I rarely came out of basketball games. And except in college, because she just used to get mad because I wasn't trying and I was one of the best girls on the team. And for me, it was like, well, look, I'm just doing this to get my school paid for. I really don't give a shit. We got 17 people on the squad. Go put somebody else in. I don't care. Everybody else is fighting for playing time. And I'm just like, I just want my tuition paid for. You can have this. But anyway, so we were in a consolation game. And my AAU coach, he loved me. He would always tell me, like, I'm only coaching because I want to coach you. And he actually was the one who had a lot of connections as far as like professionals go. And he had lawyers and doctors that were willing to pay my way through medical school because I initially wanted to be a doctor. And so we were in the game and I kept telling him, like, take me out, let these other girls play. No, I'll take you out eventually. I'll take you out eventually. So I'm on a fast break on the left-hand side of the court. I'll never forget. I stopped at the elbow, went up to shoot, and I felt and I heard something pop and snap. And I just fell and I started screaming. My mom actually recorded it, and all you saw was the camera fall. That was it. And it was crazy because I actually didn't have any pain. I was just crying because I knew something was wrong. Like, it's no way my ears up here should hear something snapping all the way down here. Okay. So I'm laying there. My coach comes up to, true story, I swear. He comes and leans over me and says, "You'll do anything to get out the game." I'm like, bro, I'm hurt right now. So he kept looking at my knee. He's like, "Well, you couldn't have done anything serious because your knee is not swollen." My knee was not swollen at all. But I couldn't straighten my knee. So for legit like a month, I was still trying to play on it. Like, I would go to practice, and after running down the court one time, I just couldn't, because I had to literally run with my knee like bent. I could not straighten it. So I would just wrap it up real tight so I could barely feel it but not cut off circulation. And so after a month, I finally was like, all right, look, I've been on crutches, I've been elevating, I've been icing. There's something wrong. Go to the doctor, they do the MRI. So I go to my follow-up appointment, and the doctor just keeps saying anterior cruciate ligament. I'm 15, by the way, because I was on my way to my senior year of high school. I graduated high school at 16. So I'm 15, and this lady just keeps saying anterior cruciate ligament. And I'm like, finally I said, "Okay, lady, can you tell me what this means?" She said, "Oh, you tore your ACL." I said, "Well, lady, why you ain't tell me that when I first walked in?" I was like, "I did what?" She was like, "Yeah, it's not there. You snapped it in half." And for me, I didn't think that I did anything well, I knew it was serious because I couldn't straighten my leg. But I didn't think it was too serious because I was like the fourth girl on my AAU team to tear their ACL. And everyone else was in excruciating pain. And I wasn't. But come to find out, it's because mine was completely gone. They partially tore theirs, so they had the pain from the partial tear. Mine was snapped, gone. So there was no pain to be had. So she just kept talking about surgical and non-surgical interventions. And of course, my mom kept asking all these questions about non-surgical. And when she said, "Well, if you don't get surgery, you have a very high chance of having arthritis in your knee by your early 20s. I said, "Girl, schedule this surgery, because who finna do that?" So I had big balls. I'm like, "Yeah, we're going to do this surgery, blah, blah, blah." Well, I was a very weird kid. I used to watch Discovery Health Channel all the time. I loved the show Birthday, where it's basically just women giving birth. But I also would watch different types of shows as well. So about a week before I went into surgery, I was watching this show on Discovery Health Channel, y'all, and I kid you not. It ended up being a show about anesthesia awareness. Why the hell would I watch that before I go into surgery? So I'm sitting there, and they tell me, like, "All right, well, the doctor is going to come in. You're probably not going to remember because you're going to be under anesthesia. We're starting the anesthesia, blah, blah, blah." Y'all, I had a fit. My grandpa was like, "Girl, if you don't shut up." I started crying. I was like, "I'm going to be awake during this surgery, and I'm going to feel everything, and then I'm going to have to sue y'all." Like, I was. Y'all, they shoved that cannula up my nose and put me straight to sleep. So when I woke up, I tried to get up. I said, "I can't move." Look down, my knee this big. Got this big brace on, just everything wrapped up. Oh my goodness. It was a crazy time. So after that, I just said, anything I do with sports from here on out, like, I'm legit only doing this to get my school paid for. Because first of all, I knew that, playing ball overseas, anything like that, like, you're not going to get paid very much. I could make more just having a regular career, right? So I just didn't care anymore. So I used to get in trouble on my college team because I didn't care. I was a starter and had to practice with the third team because I didn't care enough. I didn't. I would get, why would you pass up that shot? Get her out of the game. It was crazy, but all I cared about was, did that check clear for my tuition? Nursing school is expensive. Very expensive. I might be speaking another language, so if so, ignore me. But is your Mars retrograde? Because I don't know. Let me go see. I don't know. I'm about to go check right now. Let me go look. I feel like I've used this website before. Let's see. Get your chart. Wait, is it loading or no? Oh wait, hold on. 513, 843. I'm trying to see if we're gonna reject at this VWAP or not, or if it's just gonna go up to the session high. If it goes up to the session high, I definitely can't take the trade. I have to use the bathroom too. What you gonna do? All right, I'll have to look that up later and tell you. My cousin starts for the Vegas Aces. Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Come on, what you gonna do, market? If this goes up to the session high, I'm gonna walk away for a second and go use the bathroom because my bladder is on fire. But I don't want to walk away before I take the trade if it sets up, because that happened last time. I learned my lesson. Wait for something to be invalidated, then go run down the hallway. All right, let's see if the VWAP is enough. Might not be. I don't think it's gonna be enough. Nope. All right, and I can't walk away yet because I'm gonna take this buy. I'm starting not to like trades on the VWAP for this particular setup. I don't know if it's just, I don't know. I think it was. All right, I'm gonna use the bathroom. Whatever happens, happens. right. Yeah, I don't think let me open up this thing. I feel like I don't like that. I guarantee you that's an issue. That same thing happened earlier, but I didn't take the trade, and I'm pretty sure. Hold on, I want to go back to that. I remember exactly what it looked like. Yeah. All right. So we're just down 120, but like I said, with the trade that I missed earlier, I just basically would be only down like $30, which is no big deal. But I'm thinking I'm gonna have to look at that. I don't really like the fact that the VWAP went through the body of this candle for this particular divergence. But that's something that I'm gonna have to go through my data and look at. Alright, let me see something. I want to make sure I didn't make a mistake with this one. No, I didn't. It was just a loss. Was I born between? No, I was born June 25th. June 25th, 1990. Good morning, Hiruwa. World. I got the world part. Good morning. Thank you for the sub. Welcome to the stream. Oh, I thought the charts froze for a second. So we just couldn't push through the session high, which is fine. I don't have any rules where I need to break even at the session high. So session high or low. So we just gotta chalk that one up. I don't want to take this first sale. ICT is a person. I thought it was a strategy. Yeah, it's a person. It's a person and his strategy they just call ICT concepts, but the reality is he just basically took Wyckoff concepts and rebranded it. Funny thing, I saw someone oh, well that's nice. I saw somebody make a post. I saved it too. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. I don't have a lot of stuff saved in my phone. Damn, where is it? Oh, they posted in the official Apex group. This was Wednesday. It says, today was my last attempt to trade ICT after more than a year trading this technique and at least all right, that just invalidated itself. And at least 2 years studying it. I know all the ins and outs of the technique, top-down analysis, but none of it turns into results. 1 week, everything goes well, then I go through some bad weeks, and that's it. Very disappointing. Anyone else having trouble turning smart money concepts into real results? I said, Jesus, you're fed up. One of my trading buddies, he does trade ICT concepts, but the reality is it's just repackaged stuff. Most people either love him because it's cult-like, kind of like Dave Ramsey, or they don't like him because of his ego. Like, he legit will stream or something, or take a trade while streaming, lose, and be like, see guys, it's because it's so many people that are watching me. I moved the market. You guys saw my stop loss and you took trades against me, and that, like, dude, shut the fuck up. There's actually a really good video out there. I forget the guy's name, maybe Iman Trading or something. He made a video kind of exposing ICT. It was a pretty good video, actually. Talked about how, like, so many times he spoke about being in the Robbins Cup and all this other stuff, and yeah, never did. What is this? 33. Alright, can't take this first sale. Gotta wait to see what it's gonna do. But yeah, Mars square Saturn, bingo. What that mean? What that mean, Applejacks? Does it mean I'm a crazy person? What that mean? All this time I'm steady seeing what it's talking about. So you trade ICT. I didn't know it was a person. So I assume you don't trade ICT, because I hope you ain't been trading ICT. You didn't even know it was a person. But yeah, that's why people say ICT concepts. Like, if you see, what's the one girl? Tanya Trades. You'll see how she'll put in her description, like, of her video, or in the title, like, da-da-da-da-da, trading ICT concepts kind of thing. Whoa! That's rude. You know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. I feel like most Cancers are probably crazy people because we're so emotional, so I welcome it. It's the ... for me. Nah, I see them say that to other people. Oh. Yeah. He is a pretty insane person. Like, I tried to watch one video of his and was immediately turned off. Immediately. Like, first of all, if I'm gonna watch somebody's video about anything like strategy related, it doesn't need to be 2 hours. Unless you're literally giving me every single example, like, you know. But his videos are super long because in the middle of him explaining something, he just goes on a rant for like 30 minutes. He just rant. And then it's like, oh yeah, so da 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 da. And it's like, huh? How did you just flip the script like that? But yeah, apparently he really has made all of his money from courses, you know, courses, mentorships, that kind of thing. That's where he makes all his money. That's what's been revealed, and I 100% believe it. I'm not gonna lie. Definitely believe it. It's the only thing that makes sense, because yeah, he has a cult-like following for sure. I first heard of ICT, I'm pretty sure, through like Hannah Forex. Pretty sure she was probably one of the first people that I saw say anything about ICT concepts. And this was when she was first starting to learn. And I think what stuck out to me was the fact that the few influencers at the time who were on social media talking about his mentorship and concepts and all this other stuff, I just feel like if you have a strategy that you're teaching other people, it should not take them, like this guy said, he studied for 2 years and have been trading it for a year. That's 3 years. It shouldn't take somebody 3 years to master it. Like, it's one thing if you're building something from scratch like I am. Of course it's going to take you time because you're developing it yourself. But if I purchase a course or try to learn from someone else, right? To me, it shouldn't take me that long. It shouldn't, because all of this should be proven, and it shouldn't take me that long to master what you should have already mastered, right? Because that's why you're teaching it. I shouldn't have to put my own spin on something. Like, I shouldn't have to do any of that. But that's just my thought process. 368. I think this trade is going to invalidate itself. Yep. Took too long to push. It's at my major level right now, plus the current open. And it just stalled here for too long. So we're going to sit out of that. But yeah. You trade ICT? Listen, if it works, it works. I just think he's an insane person. And if you can call me crazy, I know you can call him crazy. Good morning, Yusef. How are you? I am trading the Nasdaq on Renko charts. I scalp 18 ticks at a time, and I use 16 tick bars on Renkos. So right now, I'm just waiting for it to kind of stop consolidating and give me some patterns that I want to look at. I do want to look at this one little thing. And one thing I am thinking about. All right, let's see. This is very weird. Where is this open? 42.50. 368. All right, so we just pushed back up again off the VWAP. One thing I am thinking about, so I told you guys I don't have any rules where I need to break even when it hits the new session high. But I think because, so it's different if, let's say, it touched the session high, came down, and then I got into the pullback. I don't think that I need to. But because the previous bar did not touch the session high, and this basically was like the first touch of it, I feel like I could possibly break even there. But if the previous reversal bar touched it, I would not break even. I know I don't have to, but I feel like that's one of those rare situations where probably if the previous bar doesn't touch it, I do need to break even. I don't know. We'll see. What I really want to look at later is that particular divergence touching a VWAP, because I don't think I like it. I don't. So I'm going to make a note to myself, if I can find a pen. I'll make a note to myself to look at that. And there's one other divergence trade setup that I want to look at it as well. Only because the volume requirements are pretty much the same. So all right, note made. Then I'll just go through. I have more than enough data. I should be able to find what I'm looking for. And I'll just look at that later. That'll probably be what I do before after I finish journaling and before I work out. Because honestly, I like to get everything done that I need to get done so that when I close my charts, I don't have to come back to them at all until the next day. So now see, you ain't see my now I'm playing message. You're not crazy. I could be a little off the rocker sometimes. Hey, we all have our moments. We have our moments. All right. Where are we at? It's like 300 left in that account. I don't think this account renews to like the 25th, so that account might die. And it's okay. It'll be back in 2 weeks. There are... Yeah, that account will just be back in 2 weeks. And I got 2 other accounts that are coming back next week, so... What ifs? We're really in this weird spot. I mean, we tried to create the downtrend here, but we immediately rejected. Now we're back at the middle level of it. So if we start creating structure and push here, I'll just be looking for it to be a actual just continuation of the uptrend, really. Tried to break it and couldn't. Got 45 minutes left. Oh, where's the other? Let's do this one. Yeah, I feel like it can't go through the body. Which would actually make sense. I see if anything happens in the next 45 minutes, but the way everything just slowed down, right, kind of really pretty much at 10 o'clock, but let me see, there was the wind there. Lost there, lost there. Good morning, Truth Seeker. How are you this morning? How art thou? I've been a break even. I need to look something real quick. Okay. Nutty said he wants an undo button in trading. I'm weak. I'm weak. He said you should be allowed one undo button per day. That's funny. If only. I need to play some music. The market is boring. Very boring. What are you going to do? I hope we don't sit here and consolidate between these two zones for the next 40 minutes. I'm good, True Seeker. I actually got some sleep. I actually got less sleep than normal, but I actually feel great. I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna fold clothes. I'm embarrassed to say how long it's been sitting here wanting to be folded, but you know, it is what it is. I'm gonna try to get quite a bit done today because I know it's not gonna take me long to journal and then look at these two little things that I want to look at. So I'm gonna have my whole day ahead of me. I wonder if I want to do it at all. Ah. Alright, there's something else I want to look at. Alright, it's three things I want to look at actually. My goodness. I'm taking this trade. Oh, wait. No, I'm not. Never mind. It invalidated itself. It's having a hard time actually creating the downtrend structure. Ever since we first created it here, we've just been consolidating. This is just such weird movement, but it makes sense. My levels are so close together. Makes sense why. It's just annoying. Who the hell wants to trade this? Listen, I hate folding clothes. I wash all day, every day, but I cannot stand folding. It's like nothing in me that can fold on the same day that I pull them out of the dryer. So I caught myself, I ain't gonna say how many days ago, putting the basket in my room versus keeping it downstairs, thinking that when I look at it every day, I'm gonna fold it, and I haven't. It's not even that many, honestly, but it's bad. I'm one of those people where I need to dump it on my bed and then throw the basket back downstairs because I'm not going to sleep with the clothes on my bed. But for as long as it's in a basket, out of the way. But I'm going to do it today, though, because now I'm tired of looking at the basket. Wait, what? Oh, I thought they charged me for something. I was about to say, huh? Let's see what my... That's not what I wanted to do. I don't know why this girl thinks I'm going to give her my information for certain stuff because I don't offer certain services anymore. I'm not gonna do that. I'm trying to make sure they didn't charge me for something. Oh, okay, I don't gotta worry about that. Come on, people, do something. Somebody step in and push the market some kind of way. I beg of you. Hey, Bill, things are going great. How are you? Good morning, good morning. Jesus Christ. Oh, I forgot. I need to restart this VPS for my e-commerce team. Almost forgot. Excuse me, what? Wait, how do I forgot how to log in. Oh, we finally got a little movement. Maybe we're gonna finally blow through this zone the real way. How do I log in? I forgot. Oh, here we go. $37.25. I haven't had to do this in so long. I forgot. No. I don't want to reinstall the dang on thing. How do I restart it? Oh, the RAM is pretty high. Alright, reboot. I'm glad you're having a good Monday. The market's slow, yeah. It was pretty fast this morning, but it just wasn't any patterns I was looking for in particular, so there's really nothing I could do with it. I don't know exactly how. Oh wait, no. I don't know exactly how I feel about this, but I'm gonna chance it. Girl, follow your first mind. My first mind told me, no, you're good. And then my second mind said, no, don't do it. You're already down. We don't want to be down more. But it worked out. Why is it taking so long to reboot? I hope they're not working on it. Wait, why is that yellow and not? Maybe I have it on 20% or something. Oh, 50 and 25. Okay. My trade was pretty fast. Let's see, 2.750. So a little less than 3 seconds. Not too shabby. That was me earlier trading more than I needed to. Yeah, I'm glad I took it though. I was questioning because we were trading at the edge of the zone, but what I realized last week was that as long as it's not the first time, like, all right, we switched trends right here from as far as the bias, the overall bias goes. Now, if it would have pulled back and traded here, then all right, fine, I don't take those. It's always the first pullback. If the first pullback on it, I can't do it. But you can see we kind of traded above it at that point. So it was safe to trade here. That happened like 3 times last week where I sat out of those and they won. And so I kind of like have on my cheat sheet not to take this particular setup on the zone, but I think I can take that off because as long as it's not the very first reversal right after it happens, then I'm okay. We still haven't completely, I mean, we're trading below it, yeah, but you can see we pulled right back to it again, so. What number is that? 32.75. I'm gonna use the bathroom again because I know I can't take this trade. Well, hello, Miracle. Good morning. Well, I guess, yeah, it's still morning. Hello, hello. Trying to get off to a good start in this 50K account, but I guess a break-even day isn't bad. Like I said, I think those couple of little things, it's all small stuff. It's just how price is reacting at certain levels that I need to pay a little bit more attention to. So it's 3 things I'm going to have to look at. And when I come on the stream tomorrow, I'll tell you guys what the verdict was. If it was actually something that I needed to create a rule for or not. I won't really be able to tell with the one pullback that I took that hit the new session high. That doesn't happen often enough for me to have the data for it already now. $365. Could not hold. Could not hold. Everything was perfectly set up. Oh yeah. All right. 645. That's honestly my least favorite setup. This type of sell is my least, or that type of reversal is my least favorite. But I can't not take it. Alright, we made it back. And it's annoying because this is my take profit. The 19 means that it was 18 bars, which is my take profit. But you can see I was stopped out on an outside bar. But yeah, I prefer the lower high, lower low, lower high, or even like a if this was a higher low to a lower high, I like those a little bit better. Because basically this is just showing that there was a minor trend change because we went from a higher high to a lower low to a lower high. Those are my least favorite setups. But I can't not take them because they happen quite often. Not as often as the other two though, but it's just annoying. 645. It's my least favorite. It's pretty annoying. But we made it back with the divergence, so what ifs? Can't take this sell. It's a divergence at my major level. And it's the first touch of it, so I can't take it. Got 20 minutes left. Oh, let me move the new zone down. Since we pushed down, it moved. That drives me nuts. As much as I love having a tight stop loss, those losses piss me off. We didn't even get to the prime low first. We rejected before we even got there. Oh, okay. Finally reset. Let me tell that team that they can log back in now. Is he done streaming? Guess he's done. One thing I do wish is that YouTube was kind of set up like Twitch, where when you're done streaming, you can like raid other people. I think that's one of the coolest things about streaming on Twitch when you're gaming and stuff. You could take all of your current viewers and shift them over to someone else when you're done. How did I get on Patrick's stream? Oh, Nutty must be done streaming, and it must have automatically put me over there. That's exactly what happened. All right, we got a little more than 15 minutes left. Can't take a sale yet. Might actually be pushing to get back to an uptrend. Excuse me. Got some salmon at home. You can't wait to cook. Listen, I'm about to post a link in the messages for this meal that, baby, when I tell you, every time my mom says I took out some salmon, I know she's making me make this meal. And it don't matter how many times I teach her how to make it herself, she ain't gonna do it. We've made it into a pasta before. Lately, we've just been putting more spinach in it so that, because we don't eat it with like rice or pasta, so we'll put more spinach in it, like 2 bags. But I'm about to, let me switch my account real quick to my other YouTube. Baby, when I tell you this meal right here, everybody who's ever had it wants me to make it. My aunt, who lives like across the main road, she somehow finds herself over here sometimes when I make it, and she just loves it. Last time she came over and got some, I let her take some home to my uncle. She was like, I ain't gonna lie, I might eat it all beforehand. Ma'am. You rather try to eat cooked spinach? Well, you don't have to put spinach in it if you don't like spinach. Oh my God, you are a mess. If you don't like spinach, don't do the spinach part, but still, the meal is great. I kind of put my own little spin on it, I think. Hold on, let's see. Let me make sure I'm not taking a trade. All right, I'm not. All right, let me look at the ingredients. Oh, I don't use butter. She says to use butter. I don't actually. And I don't use the white wine or chicken stock. And I don't use capers. Everything else I do use. But when I tell you that meal is fire, listen to me. We have it like at least once a month. Legit. Because I can't, I don't eat pork. I haven't had pork intentionally since I was like 19. I've had it unintentionally a couple times. And then I don't eat chicken either. I'm allergic. So I haven't had chicken since like December 2019 when I realized that that was my issue. Yeah. So I'm pretty limited on what I can eat. So I pretty much just stick to fish, seafood, turkey. Every now and then I'll have quail or like frog legs or something like that, just if I want like a chicken type of taste. But salmon is one of my favorites. Salmon, catfish nuggets. Buffalo is my favorite fish. Nothing comes above buffalo. Nothing ever, 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 ever. Let's see. 125 1. Okay, it invalidated itself. I was like, ooh. I wanted to take it, which taking it wasn't the problem, but because my minor trend changed right here, I would probably attempt to break even right there because it would be trying to push back into the level, which can cause some heavy resistance, but the zigzag changed, so no trade anyway. Good morning, Clarity. How are you? More Chick-fil-A. I eat Chick-fil-A, just not the chicken. The only thing I get is a large fry with a large lemonade, no ice. Sometimes I'll add in the mac and cheese because the mac and cheese is good, but it's pretty expensive. But honestly, if I get that, just the fries and even if I don't get a mac and cheese, but especially if I get a mac and cheese on top of that, baby, I'm not hungry for the rest of the day. It's too many carbs, probably. My stomach just don't like it, but it tastes good. You just got back green. You need NVIDIA to fall. I wish I could get back green. I just don't know. What are we doing? The good thing is I didn't make any mistakes today. So there's no trades that like already has set rules for and I just forgot or I traded it wrong. So that's good. It's just a matter of those couple of things I want to look at that I think is affecting the efficacy of my strategy. So we'll see. Shouldn't take long to go through the like 5 weeks of data that I have. So talk yourself into an appetite. You're gonna get some lunch. Your savior is streaming tomorrow. Applejacks, go get your lunch and leave me alone. No, have a good day. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow. I might tune into your savior too, just cause. You are crazy. Enjoy your day. You're doing good. You saw me in Methodical Man stream. Oh, yes. I'm actually still in there. It's just I can't watch other people while I'm streaming. I'll kind of listen a little bit, but I'm listening to music, so I can't even hear him right now. I had like 3 people up, but 2 of them already got off. But yeah, I'm having a good morning so far. Market isn't moving as much as I would like it to, but how's your morning? I'm actually off of here in 10 minutes. I only trade 2.5 hours a day and I'm out and I go live my life. I cannot stay on longer than that. But yeah. This is like probably the first week where I feel like my strategy is like 90, I'm going to say it's 95% there because there's a couple of things I want to look at today. But I've been kind of putting this together for about 3 months, 3.5 months almost. 3.5 months, but I switched to this Renko setting 2.5 months ago. So really, I guess I should count it from 2.5 months ago. And because I was being lazy and didn't want to do a full-blown back test for it, and just because I didn't really change much, I was just changing Renko settings. So I was being lazy, didn't want to complete the back test. So I was kind of using every week to the data from each week to kind of help me continue to solidify my rules and stuff and make adjustments. But now I'm kind of past that point. So like last week, all my adjustments were super minor, but they made a huge impact on my P&Ls though. So I did kind of finish up the last little couple of things that I wanted to look at over this weekend, but because of a couple of losses that I took this morning, there's just a few more things that I want to look at. But I'm hoping that I can pass my first eval purposely this week, because my first one I passed it on accident. So hopefully I can get the first pass on purpose this week. 302. That was almost a trade, but it invalidated itself. But yeah, Trying to see if I'm finna go to my daughter's school. They got a stat versus student basketball game and they going outside to see the eclipse. I told her school gonna be busting today. She just looked at me like she's like, Daddy, what are you talking about? Oh man, you might as well. If you done trading, you might as well. Kids remember stuff like that. Trust you me. You should do it. Only if you done making money for the day. All right, I can't take this sell. It is divergence. It's at my major level, but we be rotating over this line right here, and I don't want to do that. So, what you want to take? I got pushed into Patrick's stream, which I never watched, but I decided to keep it open. I think I saw last night his video showing that he only had like 7 PAs left, but he did actually take some payouts. He trades with such big size. Like, first of all, it makes me uncomfortable just looking at it, but you know, to each their own. I couldn't do it. It's one of the reasons why I would probably, well, none of the big accounts make sense to me as far as the trail and threshold to profit target ratio, but I just wouldn't have accounts that big because I don't want to trade, like the sizes just don't make sense. I don't want to look at sizes like that. This sucks because this was a pretty good setup. I think it would have just broke even though. Let's see. Yeah, it would have broke even anyway. I told you I didn't want to take it because it rotated. It usually loses or it breaks even. So you're green on your accounts today, so very picky with your entries. Yeah, that's 100% understandable. Gotta protect the green. Now, one thing that you'll learn about me is that I don't do that. Even though I probably could, should, but I don't. And that's only because while I'm in the process of developing this, the only way for me to truly develop the strategy and know what my edge is to take every setup. But I know that even after the fact, like after I have everything solidified and I'm moving forward and I'm passing evals and I'm getting payouts with PAs, I'm still not going to be able to, not that I can't do it, but I'm just not going to do it. Just because I feel like by that time I've done enough back testing to know that I need to just take every setup in a session, you know, because anything can happen. But I'm trading like a volume based strategy. So with that, you know, if I'm having, like if I'm not having a lot of setups in a day because the volume is low, I still should be able to have somewhat of the same win-loss ratio as when volatility is high. So I just take every setup because today could be a $300 day, tomorrow could be a break-even day, but the next day would be $1,000 day. But because, you know, maybe it's 9:30, only got an hour and a half left, I'm trying to protect my green, then I might sit out of setups. And it's always for me, like, I promise you, I will sit out of setups that win, and then I'm like, all right, let's go ahead and take this, and then it loses. And it's like, man, if I would have just taken every setup, those wins that I sat out of could have like held the losses to make me more break even versus having a more red day. So I don't know. Right now, I don't have like a daily loss. Just take every single one. No daily limit as far as profit goes. Just go from there. Pretty sure by the time I write down like the 3 things I want to look at from losses earlier today, that I'm gonna make a more strict rule for that particular divergence. But we'll see. Let's see, 578. 452. 402, 452. All right, well, that didn't want to hold. Yeah, the only thing I'm thinking about doing at some point in the future, as far as like limiting myself, is just stop trading after 10. That's it. Stop after 10. But so far, it doesn't make sense to, because as much as I don't want to sit here and watch paint dry from 10 to 11, most of the time, the better setup, well, not really the better setups. Most of the time from 10 to 11, I still get really good setups and they don't lose very often. So I limit myself, And the way I see it, since I'm only trading 2.5 hours a day, it takes me about an hour to journal in my physical journal, my online journal. And then eventually I need to add my Excel spreadsheet back in there too, because it helps me to filter through to see if there's any adjustments that I need to make. Because with me trading like volume-based patterns, these things happen literally every day. So any adjustments that I need to make just means that, I have more statistical data, because I did not do a full-blown back test. It takes way too long. But I have more statistical data to tell me like, this needs to be a thing kind of thing. But my thought process is I'm only trading 12.5 hours a week, and I'm a nurse of 12 years. I haven't worked in about a year. I did a little bit of work last year, but I haven't worked in almost 2 years. So, yeah, 1 week of trading is literally one shift for me. So when I think about it that way, and I think I was saying a couple of weeks ago, like, at my last job, with how much I was making per hour, full time is like $80,000 a year before taxes, right? So it's like, that's two, I was going to say pullbacks because I was looking at this. That's 2 payouts with 20, 50K accounts. And that kind of like gives me the motivation to keep going, even though this process has been annoying trying to develop something on my own. But I know that it's going to be very rewarding in the end, not just because I don't care about giving people props if I learn from other people, but for me, it's one of those, like, I know that no matter who you learn from, a lot of strategies, not all, but a lot of strategies, still you have to have a certain level of discernment, and you still have to make your own decisions, right? So for me, because I think so different, and because I'm so methodical and analytical, I know that this is going to be the best strategy for me, short term and long term, because it works with my personality, it works with the time of day I'm able to trade, and it allows me to not have to analyze too much. Like, legit, either the pattern looks like this and you take it, or the pattern doesn't look like that, so you don't take it. It's that simple. Because the more analyzing I have to do, I'm going to analyze myself out of every single trade, I promise you. I promise. So, yeah, that's kind of where we are. So I'm curious to see, once I go through these little couple of things right after I end the stream, how I feel about certain setups. I'm going to show you guys. You took profit for a scalp. What's that? 1.5 points. Okay. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. All right. Okay, so let me get this market analyzer out of the way. Pretty much a break-even day today. Just ended negative $10 with, the commissions is negative $42 per account. Still got $378 left in this particular account, and it doesn't renew until the 25th, so I would like for it to not die. But we'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow. This account, this 50K, I just started today, so we are starting off in the negative a little bit, which is not bad. I mean, I can't be mad at a break-even day. Like I tell you guys all the time, my goal is if it is a red day for it to be less than 250. We've met that goal. But pretty sure after I look at these certain little variables, there's probably going to be a couple of things in there that's going to change, and it would make this a positive day. The other thing is, even with those other trades that I did lose today, where I want to look at those particular variables to see if it's something that I would take in the future, you have to remember that my very first trade of the session was actually a win, and I missed it because my charts were frozen for a little second with me opening up the alert box. So if we take into account everything today, if I was able to take that first trade, I would be positive for the day, like 40 bucks, which is better than red. So I'm satisfied with today. I have no complaints, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. I don't think, do we have news tomorrow? Mondays with no news always are kind of sucky. So yeah, we don't have news tomorrow either. There's a tentative low impact news event, but I don't count that one. So there's really no high impact news until CPI on Wednesday. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully the market can move a little bit tomorrow and I can get back in the positive for that account, but we'll see. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please like the video on your way out. Subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great day. I will see you guys tomorrow, bright and early tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a great day, Rio. Bye-bye.